Are you a super EDC dude? Do you wear flannel as often as a lumberjack? Do you need to clip shit to other shit? Do you just like to use the word carabiner? Do you feel naked without titanium? Then I've got something for you. Hey guys, Jim here. Welcome in once again. Today we're going to be taking a look at a brand new product from HEADesigns that's not a knife. That's right. Every time I've come out here in the past, it's always been an HEADesigns knife, except for one time when we did the saber tooth, and that was a flipper comb, a flipper frame lock comb. It was a pretty cool idea. This time around, it's this little guy. It's going to be a full titanium carabiner. Now, I should get the disclaimer out there right away. This is not a rock climbing carabiner. Do not put your life on this to support your weight on your safety lines. That's not what this is for. This is the type of carabiner that you buy in a sporting goods store or order online for EDC stuff. If you want to clip your keys to your backpack or to your belt loop or any other number of things, or clip anything to another thing, that's what this is going to be for. What sets this apart from everybody else's carabiner? Because honestly, you could buy a $10 aluminum, $5 aluminum carabiner at the local sporting goods store, or you could buy a $150 titanium custom cool anodized whatever carabiner from somebody else. One of the things that most carabiners have in common is the fact that you have that very large rocking lock bar on there that isn't always going to have a great spring tension, and over time can weaken to the point where it won't close all the way. This is the complete opposite. This has a super strong spring inside, and it assures you that it is locking home, going all the way home every single time. The other thing is, if for some reason anything were to happen, whether the spring were to become weakened or you've just snagged it in some way and it hasn't closed all the way, your keys aren't going to fall off because you could put your keys in this dedicated closed off circle right down here just by looping, well, I don't want to say looping, but clipping your key ring down to this separate section. Now, that's going to be really hard to pry that open this far, so you could still use the top section like you normally would. But you've got a little locking divot there that's made for this little spring bar that's going to keep the keys from coming off quite as easy as a standard carabiner does. Regardless, it's a little bit more useful than everybody else's carabiner. It's extremely lightweight, being all titanium, and you've got a very, very slim profile. Now, I'm not going to spend a lot of time up here on the intro. We're going to go down and take a closer look at this, and you can see the carbon fiber milled inlay and all that kind of good stuff. But I just wanted to let you guys know that there is a brand new product coming. I'm pretty excited about it. I'm not a huge carabiner guy, but I have used them from time to time for that purpose. Again, not for rock climbing, just for attaching shit to other shit. Another thing that I like to do is I'll put a clip sometimes on some cheaper flashlights that I might have, and maybe it has a lanyard on there. I could put a little clip on there. What I would do is actually use a small carabiner to clip the flashlight to my my EDC bag, my bug out bag or get home bag, whichever it is that you're using. So there's a lot of great uses for these. A lot of guys swear by them and spend a lot more money. I don't really want to tell you the price right now, do I? We'll save that for when we go down to the tabletop, which we're going to do right now and get a closer look at this in about 2 seconds. So yeah, let's get right down to it. We're going to start with the packaging. HEA is always awesome on their packaging, but they didn't really have to go overboard on this because, I mean, it's not a knife. You're not getting any accessories or anything. All this is a simple mini carabiner. So it's a very slim, small cardboard box. Inside that cardboard box, I swear, they must own a sticker factory. HEADesigns gives you more stickers than any other brand that I've ever seen for anything. So you're going to have stickers to stick on everything that you own. So there we go. Ooh, that's kind of neat, isn't it? Look at that. Look how cool that is. Yeah, I dig that. Okay. Oh, there must be a graphic artist in Sam's family, because how can you afford to make so many brand new designs all the time for stickers and stuff like that? All right, here we go. That's it. There we go. Review over. So this is $69. How crazy is that? There are a lot of brands out there, a lot of companies out there that do cool little carabiners that may not be quite as functional as this one is. And if they're done in titanium, they're always more expensive. They're always starting at $100. And I've seen some go up into the $300 price range for what really resorts to being nothing more than, you know, I don't want to say a novelty, but an accessory, something that you're going to bang around, knock around. It's going to have your keys attached to it. It's going to have metal banging around somewhere on it all the time. So in my opinion, spending hundreds of dollars for one may not be the best use of your money, just because you know it's going to get trashed and abused on a daily basis. But, you know, hey, it's your money. Do with it whatever you want. Let's talk about the weight first. Let's bang this bad boy out. There we go. Is it zeroed? It is zero. This is actually a pretty great scale for the... I think I paid like $12 for it. It's always zeroed. It's very nice. Man, look at that. Look at that. Just a touch over a half an ounce. It literally weighs nothing. You won't even realize that you have it on you. Now, like I said, you can very easily get a nice big key ring, put your keys directly in this captured section here. That way, no matter where this is in relation to the closed position, you'll never lose your keys. Now, if you decide, I really don't want to go through the effort of prying open a keychain and trying to get it over this section here, I totally get you. You could still clip the keys right on there. They're going to fall into place and they'll drop down just because of how this is shaped. And then you can clip this, you know, right onto your belt loop and off you go. And then you've also got this. I'm not saying that you would use this as a knuck. I'm not really all that comfortable for it. You could. Just by the size of it, that's not its intended purpose, but yeah, I think you could. Anyway, you've got a way to kind of, you know, have your keys on there and you can spin them around and, you know, do whatever you want to do, but you can have a nice secure hold on your keys. On one side, let's see if we can get the camera to focus here. Ta-da-da! On one side, you have the HEADesigns logo, and on the other side, you've got a nice inlay of carbon fiber that's been milled into a cool kind of like pool of water, like that when you drop that pebble in a pool of water, that the concentric circles, kind of a neat little milled design there. They could have really just done nothing there and it would have been totally fine, but Sam likes to add a little bit of sass to everything, a little bit of pizzazz, put a little bit of stank on it, and he's done so once again. It's a cool looking little deal. All the titanium is stonewashed, so it is going to hide some of the everyday little nicks and scratches that it's going to be getting, because this is going to be, you know, dangling either off of your jeans belt loop, or it's going to be dangling off of your EDC bag or something else with things made of metal attached to it. They're going to be clanging all around and banging on it. So it was a nice idea to do that. The other thing that I like is that all of the edges have been softened. There's no sharp edge anywhere on this. So no matter whatever this is touching, wherever you happen to grab it from, you don't have a harsh edge digging into your hand. That may not be a big deal for a lot of people, and I'm not even saying it's a big deal for me as far as daily use, but it's a nice little thought that they went ahead and kind of dehorned the whole thing just to make it a little bit more comfortable. That's certainly not something that they needed to do. And there are plenty of companies out there with a kind of slab-sided carabiner like this that wouldn't do that. Now, if you've got, you know, one of those cheapy aluminum carabiners from Dick's Sporting Goods or something, I mean, they're designed more after the climbing carabiners, so they're round and tubular, so you don't really have that issue. But the EDC brands that make an EDC carabiner that do this slab-sided type of design, there could be some harsh edges on there. So I thought it was a nice thing that Sam decided, hey, let's just round everything off, make it smooth and comfortable, and that's one less thing for people to complain about, I suppose. I mentioned the retention on this spring clip. It's insane. Like, you really have to put some effort into collapsing that. With the strength of spring that's in there, I wouldn't think that you're going to have any issues where it hangs open, because everybody's had one, even if it was just as a novelty and you really didn't use it for very much. Over some length of time, this is as far as it would get to being closed. It wouldn't close all the way because the springs just wear out over time. But you know what? I don't see that as really being a concern with this one. It's really, really strong. You can see the depression that it makes in my finger as I'm trying to just to push it to collapse it. So yeah, that's really all I have to say about this. It's lightweight. It's very, very slim. It's as compact as I believe you can make one that's still going to be somewhat functional. At some point, if you get too small, then you don't have a strong enough spring in there, and I don't know, it won't work quite as well. So I think for EDC purposes, it's a really, really great size. It doesn't feel cumbersome in any way. It's just big enough to fit over, I don't know if you got, whether you're wearing jeans or, I don't know, if you're tactical and you got your 511 tactical pants or your Vertex tactical rain shorts or whatever it is. Some of those have very wide belt loops on there. This is still large enough to be able to clear that and fit that in there. So I don't know what your particular uses for a carabiner are. Again, I need to stress this is not a rock climbing carabiner, a mountain climbing carabiner. Do not trust your life to this. That's not what it's designed for. But for those of you that do EDC a carabiner and you're looking for something that's maybe a little bit more compact, or just something that's a little bit of an upgrade, a nicer version of what you've already got, or you like to collect several and have different choices, I think you should probably add this to your rotation. At the price, I don't see how you can go wrong. You're getting a lot for only $69. I think it's a pretty damn solid deal. And if you have any buddies that have an anodizing setup or a blowtorch, you could also anodize this and do cool custom shit to it as well. I would unscrew and take the carbon fiber insert out before you decide to flame it. Please keep that in mind. And I'm sure that will void any sort of warranty that HEADesigns offers. I'm not saying they condone self-customization, but hey, we all do shit like that, and this is it's a pretty cool platform in which to do so. Anyway, that's it for me, guys. I'll catch you on the next video. Are you... What's the cameras over there? Fuck.